to all the people out there wondering where the technology is. They typically know the journey to SDN, NFB, LSOs, but they don't really necessarily know how we actually get started. I think MEF is a great place to do that, and then join us in MEF18.
MEF18 is going to show very, very, very substantial progress in the overall kind of dynamic orchestrated services market.
They can start engaging on this transformational journey, and MEF 3.0 is the platform, the global platform will enable them to do that.
This environment allows people to really see where we're trying to go, but also to hopefully inspire a little innovation and creative contribution.
There are great speakers where you get the perspectives from the industry leaders, where the industry is heading, what's the next step, what has been implemented and what will be implemented within the next 12 or 18 months.
We've taken the last 2 years of work in MEF, and we've packaged it to help telcos all over the world to move on the transformational journey.
We brought APIs to market. We're seeing those becoming implemented in proof of concepts and demonstrations and so on. The event is very much in tune with the market, both in terms of what's available today and what we can expect next year.
Last year, if you remember, we talked a lot about federation of SDN networks. MEF was a part of that work this year, and now we're actually demonstrating at this event a federated SDN-enabled Layer 2 network. So MEF 3.0 is all about making that a reality, and what I like about MEF is that they're pushing us forward.
If you think about what we did with 2.0 5 years ago, we tried to make it easier for both operators to understand MEF services, build their service portfolios, and at the same time, we provide essentially a cookbook for vendors in terms of what their products needed to deliver. That created an $80 billion annual carrier Ethernet mark, and so that model worked. And we wanted to essentially build on that concept, build on the success.
What we've done in this MEF 3.0, we've packaged it up in a way that anybody can get on the journey, no matter how far they're in the journey or just starting, they can get on this journey.
It's really a good opportunity for any network engineer, for anyone who's working in our industry to see where the industry is heading, what's the next wave, what kind of challenges, and most importantly, to share the thoughts.
I think the proof of concepts are critical, right? It proves that this stuff is sort of out of the labs and is workable. It gives you a chance to kind of ask those questions and find out just how far along the proof of concepts are. So I think it's very important.
New POCs are coming with a real life, real product environment. All the 3-4 companies coming together and doing that. That's a real change altogether.
Everyone is seeking an orchestrated, agile, and assured service, and that's exactly what MEF is doing.
It's just been really interesting to hear, where the networks are going to be going, right? I mean, everyone is very focused on automation, Internet of Things, and seeing how we're going to have to support those and what the challenges are going to be. And then also seeing as people are becoming more open with their networks and how they're going to operate together.
Agility of the futures cannot anymore be bound in a silo, neither a domain nor a vendor. We have to look at it holistically across a community and ecosystems, and we have kind of to open our doors to everybody or to the relevant interface to be able to adapt, to integrate, and to seamlessly cooperate with each other.
MEF is playing a key role in defining what are the different components of SD-WAN. There's a SD-WAN edge, there's an orchestrator, there's a controller. So what are the different components, and how do you certify the different features and services you have for you to classify that as an SD-WAN?
I think it's important that you have standards so that people can interoperate, because that's what service providers are pushing for.
It's about creating a global fabric of a virtualized network that crosses the boundaries of the different carriers. Nobody's doing that, and it's a technical challenge that any one carrier can't solve by themselves, and why it's so important that the MEF forces us to solve this challenge.
What the MEF is doing to drive standardization is critical to our success. We have to be more agile. We have to be able to deliver these services seamlessly. To do that, we've got to bring these networks together, and the only way we can do that is to really align the technology behind the scenes at the orchestration layer.
People can come together to not only learn a little bit about what their colleagues in the industry are doing, but also to get their certification again, either from a professional perspective or participate in the hackathons that are very interesting from an interoperability perspective.
There's different projects that you set up from different sources, some of them like the MEFnet, and this is an opportunity for people who work on those projects typically remotely, to be together in one room and try to work on these projects together, and that kind of speed up the development of the code they're working on.
This and all these people and all these different exhibitions of what MEF is doing, and they can make it more real for their jobs and how, oh, this will help my company. So I've definitely talked to other companies about what we're doing and how they could participate and make us go faster.
POC, as you know, here downstairs, really been a demonstration of what we said we were going to do a year ago. Now it's really becoming reality. So we definitely will see that in MEF18.
We're excited to be in Los Angeles for MEF18 last week of October. It's in a great location, a great hotel, and I would encourage people to plan early, save the date, and get it in your calendars early so you don't miss it.